better tune in and bring your whole crew in, cause this show's the shoe-in. We choosing LeBron versus the 90s bullies. Who wins? Assuming that you win the right frame of mental. They just play the sound, we'll break it down, plain and simple. Keep a single point of view, we'll write the plural. And always stay 2 steps ahead like a Euro. You burrow, you can count the points like your block's late. And they gon' drop another hot take soon as this beat drops. Wait, already dropped one, the whole game's on lock, son. Your corner get Mossberg, the QBs and shotgun. The same debates held daily at your barbershop. Except they're making points fall quicker than the
LA, yeah. I guess it was more like everywhere you turn, you saw one of those rainbow flags. With that being said, welcome back here to episode 9 of Just Critting Around. I'm back, one of the OGs with me and my man Justin. And we want to welcome back, he was on last week. The guy, the man, the guy who started and made our intro song has worked his way up the totem pole to the show. Welcome on, Matt, again.
Welcome on.
Thank you.
Permanent host if he wants to be.
I mean, you know, I'll come on and you know, anytime LeBron is being discussed, I'll gladly come on and dispel all myths and you know.
I don't know why you think you guys just love to get on my LeBron crush. Like everything I say is not true.
So,
go
ahead.
Do you have like Cleveland Cavaliers with like little number 23 underwear?
I don't. I got this hat, if that makes it for anything.
Do you have a life-size poster of LeBron?
I don't. I would like a fat head, so shout out to your boy Dan. Send me one. I'll take one of those. So, and finally but not least, our man Aaron Diggs, the producer, the guy who gets it all in order for us. How you doing?
What's going on, everybody? Yeah. So, Chris, did you get your LeBron romper while you were over there?
I believe I don't remember the exact extent of the bet, but I remember thinking what you guys said didn't happen, so I don't have to wear one.
I guess he did get carried off from.
Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, there you go. That's the reason I made the bet.
Yeah, I should have made that a little more lenient.
So, what we got first, Diggs? What do I got to school these two old men on?
All right, well, let's start it off with this Mayweather and McGregor fight that's finally going to happen.
I can't wait.
I honestly didn't think it was going to happen, but
it's going to happen.
Who do y'all got?
I'll start it off. Look, so there's 2 sides to this story, all right? You got on one end, you got arguably the greatest pound-for-pound fighter there ever is, 49-0, wants to get to that 50-0. And you got Conor McGregor, the trash-talking superstar out of the UFC, who is honestly out of, you know, the MMA. He's a different style. He's a striker. He's considered not a boxer, but a striker in the MMA. So the logical side of me wants to say Mayweather, right? Makes sense. He'll win on the card. It's only going to go one of 2 ways. Mayweather wins on the card or McGregor knocks him out. So I just think my gut is going to say Mayweather, but who I want to win is McGregor for sure. I want McGregor to land one shot on him. Which I think he can. Saying that he's not going to hit one shot is just ludicrous to me. But I think when he hits him, it's going to hurt. It's going to be like something Mayweather hasn't seen his 40-year-old self recently. You know, McGregor's in his prime. So I'm just hoping he slips one in on him and then gets the knockout. Me and Justin were talking about it. 40-1 odds. You gotta take that.
I'm not even taking those. It's got to be like 400 to 1, bro. Like,
what you mean? We can split it, Matt. $50. That's a lot of money.
All right, so I mean, this man he got knockout power with the little UFC gloves on.
Those hurt more.
Oh.
What, the big boxing gloves do?
Yeah.
The boxing gloves hurt more.
No.
Than
The MMA ones do. I'm saying
that's what I'm saying. So he can.
But they're safer for you than boxing gloves.
So he has knockout power with those gloves. He's gonna have on the larger boxing gloves, and he's not a boxer. He's gonna be going up against the best defensive boxer of our generation, and you think he's gonna land a blow?
No. Okay, but
Pacquiao couldn't even land a solid blow.
Pacquiao had a torn rotator cuff. Here's my thing.
Oh my God.
Mayweather, look, McGregor is an MMA fighter, right? And so Mayweather hasn't fought anybody who is with an MMA style. He's going to come in with something different, and he obviously fights in MMA, so he's going to waste everything in his gas tank in those first 3 rounds. He's going to come out swinging and try to land on. That's his only hope.
I agree. I think he's going to come out swinging, and like he might, if he wins a round, it's going to be one of the first.
Yeah,
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you're right.
And the person who has the most to lose is clearly Mayweather. I mean, you get one loss and it tarnishes your whole record, your whole reputation.
Oh,
That's what
dude,
he
yeah.
49-0 money team. It's obviously all about the money. They're both going to make more.
Ridiculous.
Maybe not
So
Mayweather.
yeah, well, Mayweather's going to make probably over 250 million.
Oh, over 400. He made 300 for Pacquiao. This is going to make more money.
He made like 275, I think, for Pacquiao. Yeah, he's going to make a lot, at least the same amount. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when it's all said and done. But McGregor, his last UFC fight, he made almost $3 million. He's going to make. He's going to make 75. Yeah, for sure 75. That's written in stone.
Yeah.
That is incredible. It's like, dude, yeah, of course.
He's got nothing to lose. You lose. People are like, oh, you're an MMA fighter. Go back to the UFC where you can reign your supreme dominance with 2 titles in 2 different weight classes.
But here's the thing about this fight to me. Have you guys heard of Tim Ferriss? He's a life hacker. He wrote the book 4-Hour Workweek.
Well, I remember you telling me about him. Yeah,
so when he was, doing some of his life hacking stuff, whatever that is, break down stuff and do it faster. He went to China and he won this the national kickboxing Super Bowl off of technicalities. He went in there and people didn't realize that if they stepped off of the platform 3 times, they were disqualified from the match. And so he just pushed them off the platform. So that tells me that Floyd Mayweather, in any sport, especially boxing, is super technical. There's a lot of different technical pieces. And although, I mean, even boxing has one of them in there where if they fall down like 3 times and go to the ground, I think we saw that when Mike Tyson got out of jail and he had that fight. They have so many little technical aspects, and Floyd is, he's a technician. He's great at those little pieces. And so I could never go against Floyd.
I mean, I'm not going to.
I don't like it.
Man.
I mean, honestly, Floyd is a counterpuncher. So what you just said is true. Connor's going to come out and he's going to give it all he has. He's going to be throwing haymakers. He's going to be, striking at his full potential. But that's what Floyd wants him to do, because Floyd's just going to stand back, dance around, tap him on the jaw a couple times, win every round. I mean, I honestly think he could knock McGregor out if he wanted to. Y'all said that's not a possibility.
No.
I think he could knock him out.
Rewind that back.
I think he could knock him
we
out,
need
bro.
a rewind soundboard clip right now. That's not going to happen.
This man is going to leave himself open.
Mayweather's hands are softer than, like, my pillow.
No, you think they are because he doesn't choose to show
how
power.
old is
Because
he?
normally,
When was the last time he knocked somebody out?
Because normally he's facing somebody he is afraid of that can actually get to him. He's not going to be afraid that McGregor can actually land.
But that could be his biggest mistake.
But if he tries to go in and land one, that'd be McGregor's opening.
McGregor's kind of a counterpuncher too in the MMA though.
He is a counterpuncher, but
he doesn't want to. I don't think Floyd wants a knockout.
I mean,
I don't think he wants to knock out McGregor.
McGregor has the 2-inch reach advantage. I mean, that's a lot in boxing. I think they talked to his MMA coach, who was the one coaching him for boxing, and they asked him why he is his coach, and he actually gave a pretty good answer, which makes sense, and that's because Floyd is 49-0 against 49 boxing coaches.
McGregor's McGregor can gain like 25 pounds. Like, he's got that down too. So I don't know. They're fighting at 165.
No. They both. It's a catch weight. So I think Mayweather has to get to 1 something, and then he's at 3 pounds heavier.
Did y'all see the sparring session?
Okay, but against like the South African boxer or whatever it is. When was that? And
it was a couple years ago before he's going to fight Diaz. Last year, right before he was going to fight Diaz.
Okay.
But this dude is out of shape. This is out of shape. The dude didn't even want the tape released because he was out of shape. He was embarrassed. He didn't want the tape to get out. And he's up there tagging McGregor at will. And you're going to tell me that one of the greatest boxers pound for pound of all time is not going to do the same thing?
It's different when you get – there's people who can't practice in football, but they turn it on when the lights shine.
So McGregor's Tebow now?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just saying. Why can't it translate? It's sports at the end of the day. Anything can happen, okay?
Anything can happen. I'll give you that, but –
it takes one hit. We saw it with
it doesn't
Jose
take
Aldo.
one hit.
It does.
Did you see how Aldo was so far out of position? I've never seen Floyd anywhere near out of position in the boxing ring.
Look, man, Floyd's 40, closing in on 41.
How many elbows is Floyd going to get away with this this match.
Conor or Floyd?
No, Floyd. Conor obviously is gonna have to make an adjustment, but Floyd, if you go back and I've watched some of his old fights, and you see like he doesn't throw an elbow, but every time you get tangled up with Floyd, you catch 2 elbows.
Hey man.
And that's just not it's one of those technical aspects that it's a Bruce smart Bowen. Thing, but that's how he gets in there. So I always look for that. As soon as the tangle goes, when he's getting out of that tangle, you'll see like 2 elbows just pop the opponent.
I mean, that's like the headbutt that guys get away with when they're down clinching like that, and they give them the little headbutt to the nose. I mean, that's smart. That's veteran.
So who you guys got though? That's the real question. I mean, we got more weeks to come, so we can save
definitely Floyd, but there's a chance, like you said, one hit.
So you're
chance.
on my boat. There's at least
he needs one hit. But Floyd's not. I just don't see Floyd unless he somehow stumbles or his leg cramps, opening up for McGregor to pop.
The man's 40 years old. The
only chance I'll give McGregor is if Floyd wants to lose, so he can set up a rematch and make another $300 million. That's the only chance this man has.
He's not going to want to lose. He's 49-0. That his whole brand.
That's another $200 million.
Man, his brand's built.
If he goes out here and destroys this man McGregor, that's the end of his career. If he loses and sets up a rematch, that's another $250.
Yeah, but if he wins, he's 50-0, and if he loses, he's 49-1.
What more money is he going to make at 50-0? He's not going to fight anymore.
Okay, he doesn't. He's not going to need to fight anymore. He doesn't even need this fight.
Yeah,
but
he doesn't need
money talks. Money talks.
Floyd is in a crazy position because he is boxing. There's no other boxers like if McGregor were to win. There's nobody else for him to fight. Like he would have to fight Floyd again. So Matt does.
Do you know how bad this is? I don't think it's going to drastically hurt it, but it definitely is going to hurt some of the viewings for Triple G and Canelo.
Which is crazy because that's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, that's actually going to be a really good boxer versus boxer fight for sure.
And this is going to be garbage in my opinion. I think it's either.
I think it's going to go
12. No, I'm not.
Are you watching?
I might go to Buffalo Wild Wings.
Your two eyeballs will be watching. That's all that matters.
I'll probably check it out. Yeah. But I ain't paying nothing for it. I ain't paying no cover for it. If there's a cover, I'm staying
12 Eastern, probably. The fight's going to be a little bit after 12, after the prelims. The prelims, they might be good. I heard Ocho Cinco was trying to get on it.
First of all, why wasn't there a part 3 of McGregor Diaz? Or is that not like boxing? They don't automatically do
I mean, they could, but the only reason, Mayweather or McGregor went up in a weight class to go fight him. So – and so he came out of his comfort zone, and Diaz is actually bigger than McGregor, if noticeably. So I think he just got that win that he wanted, and he's going. If he went back to the UFC, I could see them fighting again because that's obviously the biggest draw. Those two are the biggest trash talkers, and the UFC is built on trash talking. That's what I'm more interested to see is the two trash talking between these two.
Yeah, that's going to be the draw. I don't honestly, I don't think the fight is going to be good, but I know without a shadow of a doubt that the press conferences are going to be golden.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but so I guess everybody's going with Floyd on this one.
Yeah, that's a logical pick.
Yeah, I am too. But I will bet on McGregor to win the first round. I'm not going to lie. So let's switch gears. Let's talk about the 76ers. I know y'all seen the trade that they managed to move up and get the first pick from the Celtics.
It's a good trade.
Yeah.
It's a good trade if Fultz turns out to be a superstar.
It's a good trade both ways. You got Markelle Fultz going to that's clearly who they're going to get. And as long as the Sixers can stay healthy, that's a great trade for them. They get the ball handler, they got the inside presence, and they have a playmaker in Ben Simmons who we all say he can't shoot, but we haven't seen him play in a year. So he's 7 feet tall. He grew 2 inches while in the NBA. He's going to be a stud. Joel Embiid's already a stud if he stays healthy. And adding Markelle Fultz with already role players like a Dario Saric, and you have – what's his name? Robert Covington. That team will be good in a couple years. Obviously, you work out the kinks, you get everybody healthy and ready to play full minutes. Yeah. And I think the Celtics also went on this. They get the guy that they're going to want. They don't need a point guard. They're loaded at point guards and guards in general. So they're going to most likely get a Josh Jackson from Kansas. And that just fits what they need. And if they go out in free agency, which we'll talk about later, and get a Gordon Hayward and a Blake Griffin, that team is – arguably, depending on what the Cavs do, that team is right there with the Cavs on trying to go to a finals to play the best team ever assembled. And the Kings, the other two I'm not worried about. This trade was more central focused on the Celtics and the Sixers. I mean, Danny Ainge has proven he knows what he's doing with trading back and taking care of a franchise for years to come. And it's worked out so far. I mean, he's got himself a contender, at least in the East. So,
first of all, I forgot how much I disliked Danny Ainge when he was a player until I went back and watched that Celtics and Lakers 30 for 30. Like that, I forgot because Ainge is such a good GM, like you said. I kind of forgot how much I didn't like him as a player, but I hated him as a player. But anyway, great GM. That was a great move, I think. Fultz, I mean, like you said, with that team, I think with the 76ers, Fultz is going to be a beast. And the Celtics, man, like they got all the cards right now. They got the draft picks. They got the stars. They have everything set up in their corner. All they need to do is do what he is constantly showing that he could do, is to make the right moves and to set up the team for the future. So I think that's a good look.
Yeah. Well, what was it? Maybe 3 episodes ago, I said Celtics should take Josh Jackson from Kansas. That's what I did.
But I also was on the boat that they should trade the pick to begin with too. I don't think
if they kept it, I said they should take Lonzo Ball.
No, but still, they're too loaded in the backcourt. This is honestly what they needed. They get themselves an athletic player who can ultimately, in a couple years, play both ways. He's going to contribute. Jaylen Brown is really nice. They are loaded with the most depth in the NBA, right?
Do we think it's Josh Jackson for sure, or do we think maybe like a Fox from Kentucky?
No, it's got to be.
Fox. Maybe Tatum.
It's going to be somebody with more size.
Yeah, like Tatum, I think has a better shot than Jackson, but Jackson's a better defender. I don't know. Tatum's kind of raw. Yeah. I can see them going either one of them too, but definitely a wing. I think is what they want.
It will 100% be a wing because there's not enough big men that are good enough right now to take that high. Other than a Markkanen, but he's going to be a top 10 pick. And just the main argument I hear a lot with Fultz is that he led a Washington team to nothing, only 2 wins or whatever it was in the Pac-12, and that to me doesn't mean anything. You can just throw that out the window because he was on a terrible Washington team to begin with, playing in the Pac-12, which is arguably the second, maybe first best conference, even though I side with the ACC on that one.
I don't know. I've watched Fultz a lot this season, and between Fultz and I know, LeVar Ball has made me not like Lonzo Ball just because of how he talks and stuff. But for the Sixers, Lonzo Ball would fit in very well to get everybody involved. Fultz is more.
Isn't that what a Ben Simmons is, though?
No, Ben Simmons to me is.
Did you watch him in the summer league last year? Literally, his only highlights were passes.
Yeah, he's a distributor.
Yeah,
so I think that point needs to be more of a. I would take even a Fox. If you couldn't get Fultz, I would have taken. If they couldn't have moved up and got that pick, I would have took a Fox instead of a Ball because Ball's not going to be, a player that's going to demand a lot of attention.
Yeah.
Fox or Fultz will be, and then they'll be able to distribute off of that.
I'm with you. I mean, the pick and roll game with the Fultz and the Joel Embiid is going to be nasty, and the Sarge too. Sarge can do.
Are they going to? So Simmons and Embiid, they got to show. They got to prove to me they can stay healthy.
That's the biggest. Yeah.
The one with Simmons, we can't hold that against him. It's a broken foot.
I won't hold that.
Embiid's the one that I'll give you. Yes, he's the one that's been hurt, but he showed the flash last year that hey, if he stays healthy, he is the real deal.
Yeah, he's solid.
So I think the Sixers, they'll be fine. They're still trusting the process, but they'll be good. They might be an 8 seed this year.
Yeah, I can see that.
They could be.
Yeah.
Hopefully Jaleel gets his.
You know what? We're just coming off the bench. You know what? I'm gonna just go out and say it. They're gonna make the playoffs. 6th seed.
Well, in the East, yeah.
I was hearing them talk about Big Ja today, Jaleel, and they were saying that he has absolutely no trade value. Fast in a couple of years.
He literally plays no defense, and it seems like he just decided he doesn't want to play basketball. Not doesn't want to play basketball, but doesn't want to improve. Like he was good enough. Hey, I was the number 2 pick, was it?
Yeah.
And it's the defense. That's what's going to get you out the league, as we saw with the Jimmer. You can score all you want, but if you're not going to play defense and at least try to play defense, Kyle Korver's not a good defender, but if you're a good team defender, you will find yourself on the court.
Especially if you're a big.
Yeah, you just got to rotate. Who cares if you get crossed up? It's going to happen. It's the league.
Right. You got to get some blocks, man.
Yeah, just get your ankles taken. Who cares? You'll be on a vine for like a week.
Help defense.
You're making millions. Who cares? Yeah.
Speaking of the league today, I was looking at the projected top 11 or 12, and there's probably 8 or 9 guards. Mostly points and twos. That speak more towards how the NBA is going? They're going towards the Warriors way, or
yeah, I mean that's the way it's going to be done. It's either do it better than the Warriors can, or find a better way to beat them. Right. And the only better way to beat the Warriors is to go out and get a big that
there are no bigs though.
The post. Exactly, and that's the thing. And every big that comes out now is a stretch forward or a stretch five. So the only way, and this is just I'm just going to go out like in a make-believe world here that somebody could beat the Warriors would be to go get a Boogie Cousins and tell him to play specifically in the post and get a Karl Anthony Towns with him. And then you would be able to beat the Warriors because KD's not stopping either of those two. Right. Those two are too good on offense, too big. And then Draymond definitely will not stop those two.
So isn't that what the Hornets are? I mean, not the Hornets, but the
Pelicans.
Yeah, the Pelicans.
Yeah. Okay. The thing with the Pelicans is
Anthony Davis is like wants to play shooting guard.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, he was a point guard his whole life until he grew like 7 inches.
But I mean, he's effective as a big.
No, he is.
No, he is. Like a Karl Anthony, like he.
I got big things for the Pelicans in the future for sure. Like if they don't, that's a disappointment as of a team right there. They just need somebody to distribute. Is Drew Holiday staying, or is he free agency?
Or is he going to be healthy? That's the question.
Well, he was healthy last year. It's just he was taking care of his wife who had cancer.
Yeah.
That was the reason he wasn't playing for half the year or whatever it was. And, I don't know. I think the Pelicans have a lot to look forward to if they can get those two locked down together as your core. Get a third player maybe in the draft.
They can figure that out. That's going to be ridiculous because there's no way you can stop.
Yeah. I mean, like, you're not going to be able to play – well, I mean, AD can switch on somebody, but you're not going to be able to play, like, the switch defense. But
one of those guys, they're gone.
On the opposite
end. They're not
end.
going to hold that core together.
Yeah. I mean, I agree.
I don't see it.
We'll see. We'll see. You never know.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about Rick Pitino and his suspension.
I would have loved to go to Louisville.
Right. Like that's some benefits right there.
Wow.
They may even lose their title. That's where it is.
So this is my question before we get into it for you guys. Being Michigan, who lost to Louisville or whatever, who lost? Was it Michigan that lost in the title game? Yeah. Being Michigan, if they get that title vacated and you technically won the championship, are you proud of that?
No.
I don't say that I won the championship. Like it's just an empty.
I say they still beat us. It's that. Yeah.
Because they still beat you. It's not like they had, players that I don't know, like they had sex parties, so like they had nothing to do with the court.
Nothing on the court, yeah. Right. Exactly. It wasn't like an ineligible player, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. This honestly though, yeah, go ahead.
I'm just saying, is this something that if Louisville takes action and maybe last year, as soon as somebody finds out they suspend Pitino and they start taking action, that the NCAA doesn't get involved like they are now?
Yeah, but Pitino swears he doesn't know anything about it, though.
Yeah, he's I've seen that.
It's going to be hard to figure out what he actually did. It's honestly, the NCAA is just in a terrible place right now as a governing body. They have so many problems. Their rulebook is so big. Like, seriously, their rulebook is the biggest thing I have ever seen. Like, I've seen a picture of it stacked. There is so many pages. They have so many little nuanced rules. Like, this is egregious. This is a different case, but this just shows to me where the NCAA lies as a whole and what they have to do to clean themselves up in their image.
Yeah. I mean, even in this, it's not the details of what happened. Is that it's the impermissible benefits. There was a service exchange, for money on behalf of the player. So it's not even the fact that it was those parties that they were having. It's just the fact that they received some kind of extra benefit. So that's just, it's weird to see where the NCAA decides that they can step in and where they can't.
Here's something that when I was doing a little digging, something funny about the NCAA. So do you guys remember Dave Bliss? I think he was a coach at New Mexico. Then he went to Baylor, and then he had the Dennehy. The Patrick Dennehy that was murdered on the Baylor.
Yeah.
So the NCAA went in an investigation. Bliss told his players, do not tell anybody that, somebody on our team killed this basketball player. Right. Keep it to yourselves. And the NCAA went in, and you're thinking they're going to crack down on Bliss and this whole team. Well, they cracked down on Bliss paying walk-on players lunches, paying for walk-on players lunches on the team.
That's what's crazy.
So I don't like NCAA. it's crazy. It's just weird. It's the same thing with Baylor just having this scandal with Art Briles. They really didn't crack the whip. Baylor took care of getting rid of Briles and the athletic director and some of their own self-regulating, but you don't see it, the NCAA really hasn't handed out any punishment for that. And I'm just not. Do they pick and choose? Do they try to make examples?
They definitely. Do you see them trying to make an example with North Carolina right now? I mean, it's been like a 6-year witch hunt right now for North Carolina.
It's been the craziest thing at UNC,
and it's clearly hurt recruiting for Roy Williams.
Yeah,
but we still overcome.
What does North Carolina do? Because I did,
like fake classes. Honestly,
I think they were making fake classes for
But it was for everybody. Yeah. It wasn't just for athletes. It was for, they just had a athletic academic scandal, and some athletes were involved. So that's why the athletic department is saying this has nothing to do with us. There were some student athletes that were involved, but it wasn't an athletic department thing. So the NCAA really, or UNC doesn't feel the NCAA has a right to come in and have any governing over that because it was an athletic, situation.
Yeah, the NCAA sucks. I hope we get into the top hat. I really want to talk about that, the UCF kicker thing.
Yeah,
because that's just terrible to me. That the fact, that's just way off topic of that, but the NCAA has a lot to improve on. Basically,
they've got to change a lot. Everything's progressed.
Keep it simple, stupid. Like that's really all it is. Like it.
Hey, they don't want to.
We need that
money.
Look, make sure you cheat and draw that out the top hat.
The NCAA. If nobody's making them, why give up money, revenue?
Yeah. I guess. Yeah. It's basically modern day slavery.
My thing is, even with the punishments that they hand out, so Louisville, they found out a situation they did, and then they didn't go to the postseason thinking that they would be enough. But like, how will they know? How will anybody know what's enough?
Yeah, exactly.
Because it changes depending on the situation.
It's like, hit. It's like saying when you hit your brother and he cries, like, hit me before mom knows.
Exactly.
Yeah, but like mom's still gonna figure out.
All right.
I think it's bad to hurt the players who worked hard on the court in practices and in the games, making the tournament run to win that title. Right. To go in and take that title from them, whatever happened, find the school or something. Like,
and you don't even know who it was. They said that any player who was at one of those parties, any game that he participated in, that game will have to be vacated. So it could be some scrub down the line, down the bench, or walk on.
That happened in my
that's ridiculous. That doesn't.
The first year my high school was good at football. They were 12-0. It was like our fourth year in existence, 12-0, and we had one player who played one snap, and we had to vacate the whole season. One ineligible player played one snap.
That's crazy.
Right. It's just I guess the way sports works. Yeah. Whatever.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy to me. But let's go. We got some other craze in the NBA free agency. It's getting wild right now, y'all.
It's heating up.
Yeah.
I love it because we don't have to talk about the Warriors. Everybody just knows. They're like, that was going to happen. It doesn't mean anything. But anyway, I'm excited. This is the best time of the year.
Yeah, it is. Especially as a Cavs fan, it's looking like we can get Paul George or Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Who's better? Who's a better fit?
If you're asking me, I'd rather have Paul George because Paul George has more of that outside jumper than Jimmy Butler does, and we saw with LeBron. Yeah, he definitely does. Don't give me that look.
What are the percentages?
What? Jimmy Butler is a 2-point shooter. That was the problem with the Bulls. It was Jimmy Butler, Rondo, and D Wade. They all can't shoot.
That is, but if any of them shot threes, it was Jimmy. I have to look at his percentages.
Yeah, but we see how the Cavs like to play, and that's with LeBron controlling and dishing it out to shooters. So Paul George, who can shoot, but he can also slash and do everything else and run a team by himself, would be a perfect fit for them. And we saw that the Pacers have, according to reports, called the Cavs and initiated their own offer first. So that means they're definitely in deep discussions because they wanted a Kevin Love back in return, which if I'm the Cavs, I'm doing. You got to worry about Kevin Love's athleticism these days because with all these little injuries he's getting, he's not fat. We talked about it. Fat K-Love was unstoppable. Skinny K-Love is your average player. Not average. He's a good player. I would rather have Paul George on that team. Really all the Cavs need is somebody to stop KD. Not even stop, just guard KD. Let LeBron, 34-year-old LeBron, he's not going to be able to stop and guard KD every trip down the floor. and then go contribute on offense.
What if Paul George goes to Golden State?
He's not. What?
It's not possible.
Yeah. No,
how is it not possible?
They can't afford. There's talks of Andre Iguodala taking other teams seriously right now.
Yeah, that's fine.
They can afford him.
No, they can't, because the only way they can afford an Andre Iguodala and Sean Livingston to keep them on the team is for Curry and KD to take pay cuts.
Well, I didn't say for Paul George or for.
So you basically want them to have 5 players?
Well, I mean, they've got some. They'll get some other bench players, but I'm just saying, Paul George was a big topic in February. They even talked about him being traded, before the
Paul
trade
George.
line.
Paul George has even said, I mean, according to his agent, that it's LA or
Wants to win.
Well, no, but he wants to go to LA. He cares about his brand. So he has 1 more year, and basically what it would be for the Cavs to get him is a rental. And what the Cavs would hope to do from that is by taking him to the finals and giving him that taste of the finals and the culture and that veterans seem to love in Cleveland with LeBron and Kyrie and them, they would hope it would sway him to stay. That's what the Cavs are trying to do. I think Jimmy Butler would have more of a reason to stay longer, but I would rather have Paul George.
Do you think Paul has a choice in where he might go, as a?
Oh, as a player, absolutely. Oh, absolutely. As a trade, yeah. I mean, obviously it's free agency too, but as a trade, 100%. He can say, "Hey, I want to go here. Get something for me while you can," which is what he told him.
So if he said that, why would he go to Cleveland with all the rumors about LeBron leaving?
Yeah, but LeBron's still got another year. He's still there.
Yeah, but I'm saying,
but he's rented. But he's rented there for 1 year too. And if you get a Paul George there with the LeBron. What's to say they both aren't like, oh my gosh, look what we have here. We can just stay with this. Because if basically what it is doing is, instead of the Lakers trying to trade and get him and giving up pieces that he can play with, they're just going to – I would wait a year and get that Paul George the next year if Cleveland doesn't work out or wherever he ends up going.
Yeah, but wouldn't PG want to get somewhere this year? That way he could sign that a higher extension? Wouldn't he be able to sign – if he went to L.A. this year off a trade, wouldn't he be able to sign for more?
No, he can only sign that in Indiana.
Oh, okay. So,
yeah, Indiana.
Okay. I got you. Okay.
And he's already said, I'm not coming back here.
Yeah, it's a wrap for the Pacers.
Yeah, the Pacers, they need to trade him, which, the Cavs will be stupid to give him Kyrie, which is what I saw somebody say on ESPN or whatever it was. It was the dumbest thing I saw. Yeah.
Personally, I don't think they have to give up Kevin Love either. I don't think they would have to. They have all the package a bunch of players away.
Yeah, but then that takes away a lot of the depth. I don't know, because
you can find some other players. You're gonna have a stacked team.
I mean, I think you can definitely get rid of Shumpert.
Yeah, Shumpert. You can let go of JR too.
I would keep
Shumpert on the hook for a bunch of money, bro.
Yeah, I would keep JR.
Channing Frye can go.
Who's going to want those contracts?
I love Channing Frye.
Who's going to want these contracts?
What do you mean who's going to want that? The Hornets went and got a Miles Plumlee contract.
Bro, Shump is on the hook for more than 10 next year. You think somebody's going to want Shump for more than 10 next year?
Do you want me to pull up how much the Hornets are paying Plumlee right now? Do you want me to pull it up?
So you think they're going to pay Shump more than 10?
You think, just because somebody makes one bad decision.
No. But that's the way the NBA works, though. The NBA is the bad teams take on those bad salaries. That's the whole point.
If it's a friendly salary, if it's going to end soon. Shump is like a couple more years.
No, because
if it'll bring in fans.
The Hornets, we're paying Miles Plumlee $13 million. Let's see what Shumpert's making.
No, he's making over 10.
But I don't think a small market team's going to say, "Oh, Shumpert's going to bring in some revenue to this team."
First of all, the Cavs were so far over the cap last year. How could they even bring anybody in? They would have to get rid of a ton of players unless they're just going to pay that luxury tax again. And I mean, they just got rid of that GM. So I don't know.
Okay, so he's going to make $11 million next year. So you can definitely, if you can send a Miles Plumlee who is complete garbage, literally he's trash. I went to a game. He's awful. He's making $13 million. You can give Shumpert had arguably, in my opinion, his best year as a Cavalier, other than
the championship.
Well, yeah, but still, he still shot 40% from three. Like, he can play defense. And if he got more minutes, he would contribute more on a small market team. I think he could be a role player somewhere else at least. And look, it's just bad. There's tons of bad teams out there. You're telling me the Nets and the Blazers – first of all, the Blazers pay Alan Crabb $75 million. There's money. There's room out – because you have to be – there's a salary floor in the NBA.
We need the uncapped 30. That's all you're telling us.
No, dude.
Every word out of your mouth.
Stop bringing that up.
I mean, you're
ball it up. Throw it away, dude. It's not going to work.
It would work perfectly in this.
No.
I think Shump is better. Getting Shump is better than having Paul George walk. At least you're getting something because the Pacers don't really have a choice. They have to take what somebody's going to offer them.
Yeah, give him a Shump. Give him a chance.
I'm just losing him for nothing instead of taking on Iman Shumpert $10 million contract.
No. Why?
I just let him ball out for this year. I'm not gonna let him leave and get Shumpert in return, bro. You get crucified with your fans.
You'll get crucified for getting nothing.
Exactly.
If your choice is nothing or Shumpert,
I would be like the Suns.
What do you mean? No, but you're going to get more than Shumpert. You're going to get like a Shumpert, and then it could be a third team involved to take on some of the money too. You never
exactly.
Just be like the Suns after Nash and them left and just start getting picks and cash for some of these players on like Indiana.
I need you to put some respect on Shumpert's name. He ain't that bad.
Bro, Shumpert's self-check. Did you see him in the finals?
Look.
He's straight self-check.
He is self-check.
And he ain't even that great on defense anymore. At least he didn't show it this year.
But
Shumpert's not that good.
$11 million is cheap in the NBA these days. Let's be honest.
Well, yeah, these days it is.
Yeah,
it is.
That's minimum almost.
So I think somebody, and he's only got it for one more year. So if you trade him, you only got that salary for 1 year. Well, who else are you going to pay it to? You're going to go and get who? I don't even know who's out there. This is the super team, in my opinion. If LeBron really wanted to make some waves, right? A super team that would beat the Warriors would be if Chris Paul went to the Spurs, LeBron went to the Spurs, and they kept Kawhi over there with a LaMarcus Aldridge. That team would be a little ridiculous.
Yeah, it would be.
It would be.
But, that would be weak-minded. And
no, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do it.
Matter of fact, even him bringing in PG would be weak-minded.
No.
That'd be weak-minded.
No.
It's the same.
Come on now.
You saw what just happened.
What do you mean? What's the difference? We got a dude glorifying his championship by joining the 73-9 team. It's like Rihanna said, winning your first championship with a 73-9 team is like losing your virginity to a hooker.
They weren't the champions.
Matt,
he went to another team. He went to another team.
He was up 3-1 on that.
He went to another team.
He was up 3-1, had 3 games to close it out when they were up in the fourth quarter, and they lost.
Oh, yeah, I'm a witness of that.
Yeah. Oh, he's a scrub. He's not a scrub, but that is weak-minded. Going out and getting him when that is what you have to do to compete is not weak-minded. Somebody already did it. You have to go compete.
Dude. They need to start manufacturing post players get rid of AAU.
Well, look. No, I think.
You.
I mean, I think there's going to be. I don't know. I think there'll be a surgence with that because Karl Anthony Towns is a really, really good post player who can do things outside of the post, and we got a lot of players. I mean, obviously the overseas players are good in the post, and there's. Sharif O'Neal, I believe is his name. I think he'll end up being a problem in the NBA. Shaquille's son. He plays with like Manute Boy's son, whatever Boy is his name or something.
Bobo or
something like that.
But that guy, he's pulling up 3.
Yeah,
they're all gonna.
If you can do it, you can do it. Yeah. That's just the NBA these days.
Yeah, that's what's gonna happen.
Look, we talked about it before. I wish I had a piece of paper to draw it. This is what the NBA should do with the 3-point line. It would make it. So you take the 3-point line. I saw it on Colin Coward's show.
Oh yeah,
and
take
you
all
just
the way
extend
across.
it to the and that
that's
honestly
a good idea.
made the perfect sense to me.
That's like the small gyms you go to, where they
exactly.
Yeah,
the one that
like
we
the one we bought at. Yeah, exactly.
You destroyed my ankle. Yeah, that one. You landed on my ankle, sniped me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that is a good idea though, because that would take away that short. Well, that's not called a short corner, but take away that corner 3, and then it would kind of make the bigs important again.
Exactly,
because they would have more room to roam,
more room to operate, and they don't have to go guard a 3-pointer all the way in the corner every time.
Yeah, that's true.
It's a good idea. I think it's going to be about a week or so until we see the first big trade, but the Cavs are going to get somebody. We know that for a fact.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, though, I am in agreement with Ty Lue. I think they're pretty close with the roster that they had now. I mean, you saw they blew game 3. If they won that and then won game 4, that would have been 2-2. Who knows how it goes? It wouldn't have I'm just saying it's hypotheticals, but who knows? I think they're closer than they think, but they definitely should get somebody. And if they kept Kevin Love, they'd be really over the top.
Yeah. Would CP be weak to go to the Spurs?
No.
He would.
Is CP 33?
No, because he's just going to replace Tony Parker. All the Spurs have right now is a pretty subpar LaMarcus Aldridge for what he was supposed to be and Kawhi Leonard. And, I mean, a really good system with other players in it. I don't think he would be – no. It would be like LeBron going to the Heat, kind of, but not as good.
Yeah. All right. Well, you know what, Justin? I think you should get the mustache ready. It's top hat time.
Oh boy. Well, I don't have a mustache today.
The
no
mustache
mustache
messing up
No
today.
last week.
mustache today, but yeah, it was
You
tough
gotta
to
grow it.
top.
You gotta grow it out.
Chris, I need to borrow some whatever you test. What do you use? Testosterone to get that? HGH. Say?
This beard's not even that good, dude. It's trash. It doesn't even connect. Ugh.
First one.
Jimmer.
Oh,
Wow.
Jimmer Fredette goes 92 for 100 from three-pointer for charity.
I'll let y'all go first.
So Jimmer's still nice, huh?
Oh,
What
yeah,
y'all telling me?
Have you seen
Jimmer
the
is
stats? Have you seen the
Jimmer
stats
is
in China?
nice. Oh,
Matt.
He's the best college basketball player. I've seen Blake Griffin play live.
Matt.
And I've seen Jimmer. I've seen Kawhi play live in college. Jimmer was disgusting.
Yeah.
In college, just toy with people on offense.
He just can't play defense in the NBA.
You cannot, but
There's a lot of people that can't play defense.
Yeah, you can hide them. You can hide them. But look, the man's dropping 38 a game in China. I mean, it's granted it's China, but that's like the third probably best league in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even a lot of Chinese players playing over there. It's a lot
But
of.
I don't understand. Like we just said, it's a lot of Kyries and Stephs and guys that don't really play defense in the NBA. Why can't he stick?
Kyrie or Steph?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but it's some other cats out there too that are liabilities.
Look, he scored 33 when they played Houston in the preseason last year.
It's all about situation.
So he can score on an NBA defense. I think
his offense needs to be kind of designed around.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think that. I think he could be your perfect six man. Like not even six man.
Come on, instant offense. Yeah.
Your backup point guard. Yeah. The Hornets. You know who our backup point guard is? Ramon Sessions. He's like 38. So give me a Jimmer Fredette.
Yeah, I'd say
who
Jimmer.
Can't play defense, but can at least score the ball and shoot threes, space the floor. Like, look, I think
Especially
Jimmer Fredette. Yeah, I think Jimmer Fredette gets one more chance in the NBA before it's all said and done. Whenever his contract's up, or I don't know if you can buy out contracts from other leagues. I don't know how that works. If it's
why would he though? I mean, he's balling over there.
No,
they said they pay well.
Oh, he's like the Kobe of China.
Yeah, and they pay well. So
I'll link you a thing.
And
like
you have more longevity playing in China. Look at
he's got his own shoes. He's got everything, dude.
Yeah, Steph is a god over there.
Right. Yeah, Marbury's like, how old is he now? Like 40 something, and he's
still rocking the $12 shoe.
Yeah, he's still over in China balling. I don't know if he finally.
This is his last year, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he just had like a farewell tour because he's like literally like a star over there, like even in culture.
Yeah. And so that might be out. I mean, Jimmer doesn't have to stay out over there the whole time. 5-6 months.
Look, I just pulled up this article. It said named MVP in China, the MVP of the league. That's pretty crazy. Jimmer Fredette is reportedly eyeing a return to the NBA in March. He averaged 37, 8, and 5 with 2 steals.
He shot a lot of free throws. I watched a lot of his games, just like his possessions, and like he shot a lot of free throws that he wouldn't have shot in the NBA.
So Justin watches Chinese basketball league games.
Yeah,
so I guess
keep up with, if there's a white I keep up with them. I mean, you could go play in the Philippines or Alaska, and I would.
You felt like there's no white players. like you only got 2 that you got to keep up with.
We're few and far between. If you get a really good player like Jimmer Fredette, and he's white and he plays basketball, you follow him. Who else? Name some other.
Oh, I'm ready for Larry Markkinen to come in. We got some good players, white people coming in these days.
Chandler Parsons was a dog for a little while.
For like 3 years.
What's up with him? Is he injured last year, right?
Yeah, the man's knees are rubber.
Yeah, and that's another thing too. Our joints, we just
joints. We can't take all that jumping, man.
All right,
that was next.
Texans to blame for Brock Osweiler's poor performance last year. So basically, the Texan or Osweiler said that they were not teaching him fundamentals and making sure that his fundamentals were good. You know, you're an NFL quarterback. You have already been in the league. You weren't a rookie with the Texans. My thoughts are this is just why are you passing the blame like this? Because you should be looking at your own fundamentals. That should be the last thing. You want to learn the playbook and learn other aspects.
My thing is, how can you blame an organization when you go to practice every day? Like, it's not – they aren't controlling you like it's a Madden. It's not like Irick is controlling you. Like, what? You are the one throwing the ball. You had a good defense.
Our viewers don't know. Yeah. You got to explain that. You can't just say Irick and then act like everybody knows.
So we all play in this Madden league, right? And there's this guy who – he's my boy. He's cool. But I've been the proponent of telling the guys, we can't have him in the league, man. The dude throws 70 picks a year. Like
literally.
And we talk about wanting the sim league, and then we go and have this guy here. So whatever.
I'll tag Irick when I post this on post.
That's fine. Irick, he ain't gonna listen this far, so that's cool. I'm good. He's gonna watch Rocky halfway through.
Talk about it on Facebook.
Right, man. Up here watching Rocky 7.
Stop it.
Rocky 3.
So bad.
All right, man. Here we go. Last one. NCAA prohibits.
Dude, nice. This is what's up. All right. This is my thoughts. This kind of go with my final thoughts. The NCAA, like we mentioned, has the problem. They are exploiting athletes at the end of the day. I mean, yeah, they're giving them full-ride scholarships, but they're exploiting athletes' names and likeness to make themselves billions of dollars. So basically, the reason this is in our top hat is because if you haven't heard, there is a UCF kicker who happens to make a YouTube channel on the side. And basically, he ended up blowing up on YouTube, sort of. He has 52,000 subscribers. And if you don't know, you can make tons of money off of YouTube. And this guy has worked his way into making that kind of money while still kicking. And the NCAA basically has come in and said, you have to decide between either playing football and kicking this ball or making YouTube videos. And to me,
position's a kicker too.
Yeah. And to me, that is just the worst thing that the NCAA could have said. The fact that you're trying to hinder somebody's future when they're in college and they're trying to grow, which is what college is supposed to be. At least when I'm still going, and when I came in as a freshman, they said, this is where you learn what you get molded into what you want to be. And the man had the time. He put in the time. He goes to practice every day. He fulfills what he has to do. He kicks the ball. He goes to games. He just happens to make videos on the side and make money from it. But because he makes money from it while kicking, he can't do it. While Rebecca over in the science department with a 4.0 in high school gets a full ride to college and makes a YouTube channel, and she gets the same amount and does the same thing, makes the same money, nobody cares.
He needs to fight this because, like, if you look at – you guys remember Rashawn Woods? He was Oklahoma State wide receiver. Yeah. And he went on to the 49ers. He would mow lawns all summer. We had several of OU players. Matter of fact, in 2006, when they got in trouble, Rhett Bomar, he got kicked off the team. A couple other people, they were working for a car dealership selling cars. Obviously, if I go to buy a car and I see an OU starting quarterback, I'm probably going to want to buy from him so I can talk OU football when we take a test drive. So that's a little hypocritical if they're allowing them to have jobs. But then if you have a job that's, for YouTube, I would fight this if I was them. But I do have a question for you. So if they finally do open it up and they allow players to make money, and so is that an even revenue split? Like, say Oklahoma University sells X number of jerseys, making X dollars. Does that split evenly among all the football players?
I think it has to. You're not gonna be able to separate and say, okay, the star. You can't hear me?
No, that was me. My fault. Yeah, I muted my mic.
No, go ahead, Matt.
Obviously, I don't think you're going to be able to say the star quarterback gets a bigger draw or, the halfback. Like, it's going to have to be an even kill across the board.
So if you do it that way, that's how it should be. It should be even killed. But I think they shouldn't even do it that way. I think if a player has the time to go make the money off of his name, if he's that good, he put in so whether he's gifted or however it worked out, he put in the time and became better. Or he just was blessed with being 7 feet tall, whatever it is. I think that if somebody wants to pay you for your autograph, that's on them. That's not on me.
Yeah.
If I say, hey, $10 for this, and they pay it, whatever. It's like you're at the end of the day, the NCAA is still making the money off of your jersey, whatever. You just are making money off of something that is given to you at birth, your name. Like, it just, I don't know. I'm with Jay Billis on this. If you should follow him on Twitter. He talks about it all the time.
Yeah, he hates it.
I think autographs are one thing. Like, I definitely agree because it's your autograph, you're signing.
Yeah.
If a memorabilia company wants to, pay you so much for so many autographs, you should be able to make that.
Yeah.
But on individual jersey sales, like say, I'm the quarterback.
But like,
that should be a little different.
But they just isn't it? It's not even your name on the jerseys though in the NCAA. Like when you buy it, it's just a number. And granted, you're the one on that number, and you're the one that's making that famous. But
that's why they're yeah.
But if you just keep it that way, and just I don't know.
Honestly, I don't think it's those individual circumstances that they're afraid of. I think that they're afraid they'll be opening Pandora's box because who's to say that a booster can't say, "Hey man, I need you to come sign 100 autographs for me, and I'm gonna pay you $100,000."
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like that's probably the issue that they're afraid. So they just say, "Okay, well, nobody can make any money off of this then." Because they're afraid that those boosters will find a way.
Maybe they should put, I guess maybe not a cap, because then they'll just be like getting paid every month or whatever.
There's a lot of parity in college football. All of a sudden, do different schools. I'm gonna if
but that's how. But that's how it is now. I mean, Alabama still gets every 5-star recruit they want.
Yeah, I mean they got NBA facilities. It
will be a lot different because a lot of facilities have come a long ways, and for the most part. For the Power 5 conferences,
I think
the facilities are pretty close to the same.
But the NCAA, it just looks like they're being greedy at the end of the day because they are still going to make that money regardless of if the player plays. Like, suspending the players doesn't do anything for the NCAA. Like, I don't know how to phrase it, but the fact that athletes get treated different because they get a full ride scholarship doesn't make sense to me. And I'm in school and I pay my way through school.
Yeah.
The fact that they have their own set of rules. I mean, yeah, you sign the contract or whatever, but
you get a lot. I mean, you get the full ride. You get everything paid for, all your food.
But like Chris said, so does Rebecca in the science lab. She gets the full ride. She gets, why is that athlete different? And I mean, let's be honest, in this particular situation, do we believe that he blew up on YouTube because he's the kicker at UCF?
No.
Who cares?
Of course not. Nobody cares about that.
No,
so why couldn't he
this?
Why wouldn't he be able to make money off? That has nothing to do with his position on the team.
Let's say let's say Deshaun Watson last year. He started up a YouTube channel. It instantly gets 1 million subscribers, 2 million subscribers, and all of a sudden he's got some real money coming in, and he's coming on and he's talking about.
But to make money though,
football, so everybody, in doing one-on-one questions. See what? That's the only thing they don't like. Matt said they don't want to open Pandora's box because it's going to open them up.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you have time to make YouTube videos, then do it. It's like getting a job. They don't have times for jobs, to go work part-time jobs where they're scheduled hours. But if you have an hour to make a YouTube video, if you can say, hey, don't put this in there, then that's straight. If you're while you're at Clemson, you can't talk about or recruit players through your videos, okay, that's cool. But to say you can't do this single thing and make a YouTube video, which happens to make you money, is the dumbest rule I've ever heard. Because you're hindering somebody's growth as a person outside of football. Who's to say this kid's going to the NFL? Maybe he's trying to build himself a brand because that's all YouTube is. And to make money on YouTube, you have to upload constantly. It's not just one video here and there. And just because you have 1 million subscribers, you're not making $1 million. It's based on the views per video.
Right.
You're right.
Yeah, I just think the NCAA has a lot of cleaning up to do. But to your point, they don't want to open Pandora's box, which is what I get. Boosters came and paid. That's a totally different thing. I never really thought of it that way. But I'm sure there's guidelines you can make around boosters paying players.
There are now, but then they still find ways. That's the problem. You can't police
and agents
everything.
Too.
Yeah,
agents
they find a way.
Yeah, they'll find a way. That'll be big time.
Yep. Anyway.
All right, y'all. Well, I think that's about it for episode 9. Y'all got any final thoughts? Anything you want to get off your chest before we go?
Go Warriors.
Oh, wow. You're a Warrior fan these days?
So go check out. He's going to be a junior in high school, plays in New York. Cole Anthony. Y'all check him out. It's Greg Anthony's son. He's like Baron Davis. He's 6'1". His game is very Baron Davis-esque. I think he's going to be really good. My brother actually told me about him. He tore up the Angus tournament they have in Los Angeles. Really good, though. Check him out.
Hey, Chris, who was that you told Justin to check out a couple weeks ago?
Luka Doncic.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to check out both of those.
All you got to do is just look up his top 10 and fast forward to like 5. Because, I mean, the other ones are just kind of normal. But, dude, the man's going to be the truth when he finally comes back to the NBA.
Yeah, he was good. I got to see a little more from him.
Dude, 6'7", point guard. You can see the floor well. Come on now. Playing in the second best league since 16. He's going to be ready. I mean, we see it now. A lot of the European players who actually come over are ready for the NBA.
Yeah.
He's white. He's white, bro. We got bad joints. I'm not so worried about it.
You saw that Michael Jordan up and under, bro. You saw it at number 1. That was too nice. That man's ready. But yeah, that's it for the show, man. I got to get going.
Yeah. Peace out.